وآل محمد اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم اللعين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين إنه خير ناصر ومعين، ثم الصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا وحبيبنا بالقاسم المصطفى محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد
وعلى آل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المنتجبين، لا سيما بقية الله في الأرضين. الحمد لله الذي جعلنا من المتمسكين بولاية علي بن أبي طالب صلوات.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
يقول سبحانه وتعالى في محكم كتابه بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم اللعين: وإذا لقوا الذين آمنوا قالوا آمنا وإذا خلوا إلى شياطينهم قالوا إنا معكم إنما نحن مستهزئون. صدق الله العلي العظيم. وقال إمام حسين عليه آلاف التحية والسلام: الناس عبيد الدنيا ودين ليس على ألسنتهم يقوتونه ما ضر معايشهم وإذا ضحكوا بالبلاء كلت الديانين. صدق الله العلي العظيم. Firstly, we give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving us this wonderful opportunity and respected brothers and sisters. And as you know, we are in Muharram, which is the first month of Islamic calendar. And whenever we talk of Muharram, the first thing that comes into our mind is about the demise and then the massacre of Abu Abdullah al-Hussein, the grandson of our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. That is why for the next 7 or 8 nights we are going to be here and we are going to be talking about Abu Abdullah al-Hussein, the reason why he was slain, the reason why he was massacred, and then the reason why he was butchered. So that is why I quoted the verse of the Holy Quran, because as you know, the people who killed Imam Hussein in the land of Karbala, they claimed that they were Muslims. They claimed that they recited the Kalimat al-Shahada. They claimed that they loved the beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. You see, that is why such gatherings are so important. Such gatherings that we come together to remind ourselves and talk about our beloved Prophet and talk about the household of the Prophet is very important in such a way that sometimes some of us will be asking ourselves, why is it that we have wars which took place between Muslims? There are some wars that took place between Muslims after the demise of the Prophet. Like the Battle of Jamal, which took place between the followers of Ali ibn Abi Talib and then the followers of Marwan ibn Hakim. The same way there was a war also. There was a battle that took place between Amir al-Mu'mineen and then took place between Amir al-Mu'mineen and then Muawiyah ibn Abi Sufyan. The same way there was a war that took place between the son or the grandson of the Prophet, Imam Hussein, and then between Yazid, the son of. You see, the question that we will ask ourselves, why is it that these wars that took place, all these groups, they call themselves, they are Muslims. But unfortunately, there were wars between themselves. People were killed. These people, they claim they love Allah. They believe in Allah. They believe in the Quran. They believe in the day of Qiyamah. These people also, they believe in Allah. They love Prophet. They believe in the day of Qiyamah. And you find out that they are fighting one another. Typical example, what is happening today in Syria. Today, Syria, you find people fighting one another. And when it is time for Salat, these groups, they will go there, they say Allahu Akbar. These other group also, they go and say Allahu Akbar. Now which Allah are they calling upon? Why is it that if we believe that Allah is Akbar, and we have one Quran, and we have one beloved Prophet Muhammad, and we believe in the day of Qiyamah, and we believe in Qada wal Qadr, and we believe that in the day of Qiyamah, Allah is going to judge. Why is it that I have to say Allahu Akbar, and you have to say Allahu Akbar, and at the end of the day we end up killing one? So the same thing happened during the time of the Hadith. The same thing happened during the time of Imam Hussein. That is why Imam Hussein in one of his famous hadiths, like as I mentioned yesterday, he said, An-nasun abid dunya. People always claim that we love Allah, but in reality they love this material. They don't love Allah. They say, no, we believe in Allah, and we believe in the Prophet, and we believe in the day of Qiyamah, but in reality it's just a lip service. They are just making a claim that they love Allah. They make a claim that they believe in the prophethood of our beloved. Imam Hussein said, وَالدِّينُ اللَّهِكَ عَلَىٰ أَلْسِنَتِهِمْ. You realize that whenever they say we are Muslims, they are just saying it because they are just making lip service. When they say Salaamu Alaikum, when they see the Hajj, they say Allahu Akbar, we are together. They say they are Muslims. When they see people, they say we are together. Why do they do that? Because their livelihood is covered and surrounded by whatever that they eat in the future. When Allah says don't do this, this is haram, they look at it and see. When they go into it, do they have something good? If something good will come in return, they are not more going to abstain, they will go into it. When today somebody comes and tells them, come, let me help you kill this one, and the one who is giving them the weapon is not a Muslim, but because they will have what they will eat, they will go in the name Allahu Akbar, but in reality it's not Allah. The same thing happened during the time of Imam Hussein. And as we see today, the same thing is happening. Today you look at America, who is saying that we have terrorists where and where and where. Today the same America is supporting people in Syria, giving them weapons, giving them weapons to kill their fellow Muslims. And these Muslims are fighting and killing one another, even eating the flesh of one another. In the name of what? They want freedom. In the name they call themselves they are Muslims. When it is time for Salat, they say Allahu Akbar. And when it is time for Salat, this ones also they say Allah. So don't look at the army of Bashar al-Assad. Look at the army of these so-called rebels. Both come with a claim they are Muslims, but upon all that they are killing one another. And both of them, they believe in Allah, they claim. Both groups, they believe in the Qiyamah. Both groups, they claim to believe in our beloved Prophet. The same thing happened during the time of You know, that is why when you go in the verses of the Holy Quran, in Surah Al-Baqarah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, يُخَادِعُونَ اللَّهَ وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَمَا يَخْدَعُونَ إِلَّا أَنفُسَهُمْ وَمَا يَشْعُرُونَ. Is that you see people today, they say they are deceiving Allah. If you believe in Allah, if you love Allah, why can't you live for the sake of Allah? If you love Allah, why don't you love our beloved Prophet? If you love Allah, why don't you love the children of our beloved Prophet? What is the Prophet saying? إن كنتم تحبون الله فاتبعوني يحببكم. Do you love Allah? Yes, if you love Allah, follow me. And when you follow me, Allah will love you. Do you love Allah? Yes, follow the Quran. Do you love Allah? Yes, follow our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. But now you claim you love Allah, but none of your actions indicate that you love. So Quran says, يُخَالِفُونَ اللَّهَ وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. They say that they are deceiving God, and they are deceiving those who believe in God. Like today, let's go to Syria. Today, these people who came from all over the world, they are there in the name of jihad. And out of this jihad, they kill one another. This one says, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. That one says, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. But here they are, they engage with one another. And they are shooting one another. Allah said, يُخَالِفُونَ اللَّهَ وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. They think they are deceiving Allah and those who believe in Allah. Allah said, وَمَا يَخْلَقُونَ إِلَّا أَنفُسَهُمْ. He said, they are not deceiving anybody. You are deceiving yourself. That is why Yazid, thinking that he was deceiving Allah, he deceived himself by killing Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Look, what happened in the land of Karbala. Let's look at it. These are what is happening today. In the land of Karbala, when Imam Hussein and his household, they go to the land of Karbala, what happened? These people, when they saw Imam Hussein, they said Imam Hussein is an enemy of Allah. The followers of Imam Hussein, all of them, they are enemies of Allah and His Rasul. Somebody who is the grandson of the Prophet. A prophet in numerous occasions he said, Hassan wal Hussein Sayyid Shabab Azam. Imam Hassan and Hussein, they are the leaders of youth of paradise. And today you call them, they are enemies of Allah and His Rasul. Who are you to claim that Imam Hussein is an enemy of Allah? And who are you? Remember or imagine Yazid claiming that Imam Hussein is the enemy of Allah. That is why the son of Imam Hussein, by the name Ali ibn Hussein Zayn al-Abidin, when they go to Syria, in the palace of Yazid, when he wanted to speak to the people, Yazid never wanted him to speak. Because he knows that if he speaks, they will understand that he is the grandson of the Prophet. Now Yazid never allowed it. Because they used to tell people that these people, they are enemy of Allah and the Rasul. They are slaves of war, and they don't give them the opportunity to speak. So now here comes Yazid, he realized that no, Ali ibn Hussein is going to speak. And he looked at the clock and he said it is time for Azan for Salah. Allahu Akbar. You are killing the grandson of the Prophet. And you come and start to say it is time for Salah, you want to perform Salah. You are performing Salah to who? Now who are you performing Salah? You kill my child, and now you come to me to say you love. You kill the grandson of the Prophet, and you say it is time for Azan to perform Salah for Allah. Which Allah are you going to perform Salah for? The same way what is happening today. Today you say, no, I am going to kill. And after that I say, Allahu Akbar. Which Allah are you calling? So the same. When he started, he asked Muazzin to call the prayer. Then Muazzin said, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Then the son of Imam Hussein said, yes, I testify that there is nobody like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then he said, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. When Muhammad said, Ashhadu an la ilaha, I said, yes, I believe, Ali ibn Hussein, that there is nobody like Allah. Then Muhammad said, Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Then he said, you Muhammad, in the name of Muhammad that is mentioned, stop and let me ask a question. Yazid said, no, continue. I said, no, in the name of Muhammad, stop. Then he stopped. Then he said, that Muhammad you mentioned, is he your grandfather or is my grandfather? Muhammad that you mentioned, is he your grandfather or is my grandfather? It is our grandfather. My father is Imam Hussein, and Imam Hussein is the son of Bibi Fatima, and Bibi Fatima is the daughter of our beloved Prophet that you mentioned in your ayah. Now people they started realizing to say, so what about these guys that we brought them here to say they are slaves? You see, it is said that the kalimatul haqqi yuradu bihi. Sometimes people use the truth in their kind of they see the truth, this is the truth. Let's follow the truth. They say, no, we are not going to follow the truth. Simply because of their egos and selfishness. So Allah said, وَمَا يَخْدَعُونَ إِلَّا أَنفُسَهُم. That they are not deceiving anybody, but they are deceiving themselves. وَمَا يُشْعُرُونَ. But they don't feel that they are deceiving themselves. Today, if you go and you are with America like this, and they give you weapons, go and kill your fellow Muslims, and you think you are doing jihad fi sabilillah, you are deceiving yourself, like as Quran says, but you don't know that you are. Allah said, in their hearts there are problems. فَزَادَهُمُ اللَّهُ مَرْضًا. And Allah increased a lot of problems and sicknesses in their hearts. The same thing happened in the time of the Prophet. During the time of the Prophet, there were people who were with the Prophet and they didn't love Prophet. They were hypocrites. They didn't love Prophet in any way, but they pretended as if they loved Prophet. There were even a group of people who built their own masjid up until Prophet said that this masjid is not for Allah, that this masjid is a masjid of Zara. There were people who used to call Prophet that he is ill, because whatever that they think, any bad thing that they think about the Prophet, Prophet knows. The same way you can come to all Sayyidina Ali, during any time there was this problem. You come to Imam Hassan, Imam Hussein, you realize that there were people who were hypocrites, who had hatred, but they used the name of Allah to be able to serve their the same as we live. We need to see to it that we live for Allah. We need to see to it that whatever that we do, we are doing it for the sake of God Almighty. Because look, Imam Hussein was killed like an animal. Can you believe the grandson of the Prophet? He was slaughtered like an animal up until they chopped off his head. That was not enough for him. Even his ringer, they have to chop his hand like this to take out. That wasn't. They assembled their horses to trample upon Imam Hussein, and that was not enough. They took the head of Imam Hussein from Karbala up until Syria, where Yazid was there as the leader of Muslims. You are a leader of Muslims and you are you see, they said, history always repeats. That is why Imam Jafar al-Sadiq alayhi ala sayyidina said, كل يوم عاشوراء وكل أرض أكرم. They said every day the incident of Imam Hussein happened. And every land is Karbala, is where people are killed and martyred. Today you realize the same thing is happening elsewhere, whereby people are following their egos in the name of Allah. And they kill and massacre people justly. But look, Imam Hussein was victorious. What made Imam Hussein victorious? These people, when they were killing Imam Hussein, they thought that when they kill Imam Hussein, that is the end. But unfortunately, it wasn't. It is said that when you live for the truth and die for the truth, you still live on it and on it. Today, when we talk about Imam Hussein, it's like he was with the ashes in yesterday. But now let's look at those who killed Imam Hussein. Where is he? Do we even know where Yazid was buried? Where is his grave? Nobody knows. It's difficult for you to tell where Yazid was buried. And the same Yazid who killed Imam Hussein, what happened? You see, all these things, they are lessons for you to need to learn, to realize that we need always to start from it. You know, in most cases, we think that when we see the majority is the way to go, but in the eye of Allah is not. That is why when we go to the verses of the Holy Quran, Allah, how many times do you say, وَلَكِنَّ أَكْثَرَ النَّاسِ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ. The majority of people, they are not prudent. وَلَكِنَّ أَكْثَرَ النَّاسِ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ. You realize that the majority of people, they don't know. Quran says how many times? The issue is not about the majority. That is why in the land of Karbala, Imam Hussein and his household, women and those who were there, they were 72. Knowing very well they are going to die. Against over 200,000. Some said over 113,000 and against 72 people to engage themselves in the war. You see, if it's easy, I know I will die, so I will go that way. Because what happened? Yazid has promised them that whoever fights in the war against Imam Hussein, his salary is going to be increased by 100%. There were those that were even given, promises that there will be governors and whatever, like Amr ibn Sa'd. Amr ibn Sa'd was given a promise that if he manages to kill Imam Hussein, he is going to be the governor in a raid. And because of that, he said when they started fighting, he commanded an arrow to be shot. And then he was the first person when he shot the arrow into the camp of Imam Hussein. Then he said, I want all of you to testify that I was the first person to start pointing my arrow and shooting at the camp of Imam Hussein. You see, if you don't live for the truth, your life is going to be different. If you want to follow your mouth and talk in this world, remember that dunya one day will live. If you want to follow unbelievers, kuffar, and through the kuffar to achieve your aim, like what is happening in Syria, wallahi, remember that. How many times Allah said in the Holy Quran? وَلَنْ تَرْضَ عَنْكَ الْيَهُودَ وَلَنْ نَصَارَ حَتَّى تَتَّبِعَ مِلَّتَهُمْ. And this kuffar that is what they will never and ever believe or give you a good, decent trust. Unless you leave your path and you follow their path before they will trust. Today, look at what is happening in Syria. Look at it. These same people, they are calling Al-Qaeda, they are calling terrorists, what, organizations, they listed them, but today they themselves are supporting the terrorists, the Al-Qaeda, to kill people. So where are we going? You see, that is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in the Holy Quran, when he was talking about this, talking about the religion, Allah said that the religion of Islam is a Muslim. You can claim that you are a Muslim. I can claim that I am a Muslim. But Allah said, وَجَادِلُهُمْ بِالَّتِي هِيَ أَحْسَنُ. Even though when there is a problem, I see you are kafir, and I think I'm a better Muslim, I don't need to come and fight you. You need to sit down with dialogue and talk nicely, like us Allah mentioned. Allah said, إِنَّ رَبَّكَ هُوَ أَعْلَمُ بِمَنْ ضَلَّ عَنِ سَبِيلِهِ. You cannot tell who is the right and who are you? Allah said, He is the only one who knows who is on the right track. And He is the only one who knows who is on the wrong track. And He's not saying that we also. He said, أَعْلَمْ بِمَنْ ضَلَّ عَنِ سَبِيلِهِ. He has the path. He knows that the heaven of Sirat al-Mustaqim. He knows the Sirat al-Mustaqim. And He says that هُوَ أَعْلَمْ بِمَنْ ضَلَّ عَنِ سَبِيلِهِ. He knows the one who has gone out of the Sharia. You don't say because I am so and so I am better, so this person must die. Or because of so and so he is better, so that one must die. If you do that, then you need to try paving your way to the day of Qiyamah to go to Allah. So respected brothers and sisters, the incidents of Karbala should be a great lesson in our life. Let's understand that when you live for oppression and thinking you will live for years, you are deceived. Always you want to go to where things are okay, mashallah. Whether it is Islamic or not Islamic, you don't care. You always about to think about your stomach, thinking about what good things that will come your way. Wallahi, you are deceived. Imam Hussein realized the importance of standing tall. Because if it wasn't because of Imam Hussein today, where is Islam? Where is Islam? Islam was not going to be found anywhere. If it wasn't because of Imam Hussein, who was going to be able today to tell me that this is the right Islam? Let's look at Christianity. Christianity was a religion. But today, as we sit down, there are twists and turns in Christianity. There are even texts that never came during the time of Isa. But today, all these things are in the book of our brothers and sisters. Today, when you page the Bible, you won't find where they say Jesus said. You'll be told either Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. And you ask yourself, who is Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John? But you see, because of Imam Hussein, we do not have this one. Today we'll be having a Quran, and the Quran is not going to be the type of Quran that we have. Our Islam is not going to be the type of Islam. Like even today we see. Some Islam is just Islam. They say you are Muslim, you drink liquor, alhamdulillah, no problem. You make zina, alhamdulillah, no problem. You do all this wrong. When we go to other places, we have that type of thing. Because yet, during the time of the Prophet, and after the demise of the Prophet, there were people who lied to the world that they are Muslim. But they used to drink liquor. They used to make zina. They did all but when they were calling themselves they were Muslims. Imagine if Islam was left in their hand after death, what would they do? Maybe all of us would be Muslims and by now we'll be drunk here sitting in the masjid. We'll be drunk sitting in the masjid. And we will lie to ourselves and say, no, we are Muslims. But Islam never. And because of Imam Hussein, that is why when you look at Ahlul Bayt, all of them their life, it was difficult. Either they were praying, they were killed. What? You know why? People wanted a leadership role. People wanted to deceive. People wanted to take control. So they realized that Ahlul Bayt are their threat. So they have to eliminate them so that they will have that opportunity to do whatever that they want. But you see, dunya deceives. This world is deceiving you. You do wrong things and you think you are doing the right. Sometimes you indulge yourself in a very, very wrongful act. But you end up deceiving yourself thinking you are doing the right. But in the day of Qiyamah, that is where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to show you what you need to do when you do. So respected brothers and sisters, let's think about our lives. Let's think about when we die, where are we going? That is more important than what we are thinking about here in the world. Wallahi. If you think tomorrow there is a business here, you get money there, wallahi, you have to be careful. If it is a haram thing that you are going for, you have to be careful in your life. One day you are going to die. Whether you are martyred, whether whichever way that you die, wallahi, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is there. So we ask subhanahu wa ta'ala to strengthen us, more especially to learn from the lessons of Imam Hussein. To understand that yes, even though today is not the day of Imam Hussein, but the same atrocities, the same text that came in front of those who wanted to kill Imam Hussein, up to date, the text is still existing. Some of us, we failed it. You know, some of us, we are very good to claim that now, if I was there, I was going to help Imam Hussein. But how do you? Ask yourself, the little things, your salat, how many times have you performed your salat at night? How many times have you abstained from haram and halal? You always secretly that you eat halal. How many times? How many times have you indulged in wrongful acts? How many times have you done that? That is why our greatest scholar, he said, the martyrdom of Imam Hussein is not speaking to you and me. But unfortunately, we those, his martyrdom is talking to, we are deaf and dumb, but we don't hear, we don't listen. It's telling us to fight oppression. It's telling us to be righteous. It's telling us whatever that we do, we have to be guided by the do's and don'ts of Allah. But unfortunately, we have no way there. We are busy following our material way, like as Imam said. Whenever you see us going this place, no, there is something, there is food there. You see us going back, there is food. The criteria is not about what? We are doing the right thing, no. It's about our stomach. When I get here, something good will come. Whether it is a halal or it is a haram, we don't. But once we have done this, are we in the side of Imam Hussein or we are in the side of our people? Definitely we are in the side of our people. So we ask subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us so that we can learn from the incidents of Karbala. That is why Imam Zaman said, he said, he said, a gathering like this, I love that. Because such a gathering, what that you feel it revives the heart of everyone. That is why it is very important. We need to come to sit down and remind ourselves so that we can learn from what happened to Imam Hussein. There is something that we can put into our life. So that even when we die, we are not losers or we are going to be winners. But if we don't come and learn, and we want to sit down with the little that we know, probably we are going to be like some of those who call themselves the leaders of Muslims. We will claim that we are, but we will be doing wrong things the day in the hour, in our life. Like as you know, in the history, there were those who called themselves the leaders of Muslims. They used to be drunk up until when they leave Salah, they will leave Salah and add more raka'at, and they will tell us to line up even more. Wallahi, it happened in the history of Islam. It happened. Why? Because they failed to abide by the teachings of our beloved Prophet Muhammad. So please, brothers and sisters, let's come to the Majlis of Muhammad. Wallahi. Like as I told you yesterday, when you come to the Majlis of Muhammad, open your heart. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to change and clean your heart. Up until the end of the Majlis, you have to be a different person altogether. You don't need to be like the way you used to be. You don't need to be. You have to learn. Because that's why we say, كل يوم عاشورا وكل أرض كفر. You have to be. You have to sit down and ask yourself, why is it that we must have war between Muslims and Muslims? Today, when you say this in some Muslim, communities, they say, no, These are dark history in Islamic calendar. We don't want to talk about them. They call it Tariq al-Sawda or Tariq al-Aswad. It's a dark history of Muslims, where Muslims were fighting one another. But yes, we need to find out what created those wars between Muslims. We can't just keep quiet to say, no, Muslims were fighting, so we shouldn't. No, we have to talk about it. We need to ask ourselves, what was the cause of the war? Why did we have a battle of the Jamal? What was the cause? And who was right and who was wrong? That is how we can know why Imam Hussain alayhi alaf salam. But if we sit down alone to say, no, these are black history in Islam, how are we going to be able to know the real Islam? How are we going to be able to? So please, respected brothers and sisters, let's remember that Imam Hussain, he stood for the truth, and he was slain for the truth. And his slaying is addressing you and me. And what is it that is expected from you? We need also to stand on our feet to see to it that we abide by the teachings of Abba Abdullah Hussain. We revive ourselves. There are so many things that inshallah are going to talk about it, whereby we learn from the entire incident of Imam Hussain. Because remember Imam Hussain, Allahu Akbar. You know, if I'm going to talk about Imam Hussain, I don't even know where are we going to start and where are we going to end. Like inshallah from tomorrow, we're going to talk about when he left Medina to Makkah to go and make his SAWA. And while he was busy making tawaf, he realized that no, he must leave from Makkah and then towards Kufa. And you know, people of Kufa, how many letters they wrote Imam. When you look at that incident, you find out today we are the same. Or maybe most of us are like that. We claim to say, no, mashallah, we are good people. They used to write, it is reported over 200 letters Imam Hussain used to receive a day, indicating that the people of Iraq, they are ready, prepared nicely, they are waiting for Imam Hussain to come and lead. But when Imam Hussain said the Muslims are close together, what happened with Muslims? They were killed like this. It is the same as us. We claim, no, we love Allah, we believe in Allah. But whenever we are tried, like Imam Hussain said, the kind of Dayanin, our faith in us is dwindles and it dies out. When we are tried and tested a little bit, where is our Iman? Our Iman is nowhere to be found. We say we love Allah, we are full of Ahlul Bayt, we are this, we are that, but when we are tested, when somebody comes and he hires us, go and do a wrong thing, we find ourselves indulging in those wrongs. So please, respected brothers and sisters, let's come to the Majlis of Abba Abdullah. Wallahi, that is our salvation. That is what will help. That is what will guide. That is what will make Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be pleased with us. That is what will give us that courage, so that when we see falsehood, we can stand on our feet to defend. But if we don't come to learn the sacrifice that Imam Hussain did to us, how are we going to be able to sacrifice for us? Imam Hussain was accused in so many ways. There were those who said Imam Hussain, he went there for faith. He wanted people to know that he is the grandson of the Prophet. There were those who accused Imam Hussain to say, why at all did he went there? He was supposed to stay back in Medina. But what did Imam Hussain say? He said, I didn't go there for show. I didn't go there to show that I am the grandson of the Prophet. But I went there for one simple reason. So I went there to teach people the teachings of my grandfather. Wallahi, Imam Hussain went there simply because to teach people of the teachings of the grandfather. So that is why today we need to come so that we can understand the real teachings of Imam Hussain, what he learned from his grandfather, our beloved Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So that whatever effort, the little effort that we put together in this month of Muharram, Allah accepts it for us, inshallah. And we ask subhanahu wa ta'ala that all these enemies who created these difficulties for Imam Hussein, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the day of Qiyamah deal with them, inshallah. And we ask subhanahu wa ta'ala that all those who are martyred, the blessing of Karbala, the flows of Imam Hussein, Allah may give you for them, inshallah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. إذا جاء رسول الله الفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره إنه كان توابا. صلوات.
اللهم صل على محمد